What's up, guys? This is Boulevard the Phil-Handed, aka Tank Game Ric Flair. Woo! And we are on Westfield today, standard battle. What I'm going to show you guys is how I scout. This is going to be kind of a light tank, scout tank tutorial, so to speak, on Westfield. Now, granted, as soon as I say Westfield Southwestern spawn, Wargaming will change the spawn sites, and people, you know, 3 months from now will be like, what does he mean Southwest spawn? So, I'm just going to say Westfield. Now, if you are in this given area, the ideal thing to do is, as you can see, I'm kind of making a V-line, B-line, whatever you want to say, for like a F7 type area. What this is going to do is this is going to spot the primary TD area over there at F0, where they push up there at the end of the bridge. Now, granted, of course, if there is a enemy light, enemy medium, what have you, in this area that is pushing you, then this is a whole different ball game. This is your ideal situation, and that's the reason I saved this clip. Now, essentially, what you want to do here, guys, is camp bush. Now, if you want to fire, you have to be, I don't know, 15 meters or so behind the bush to effectively use it as cover, because once you fire, your camo value, you don't lose it, but it drops significantly. We're not necessarily going to go over the mechanics of the game. I just kind of wanted to mention that at this given time. Moving on. Also, the winner of the contest was Brogue 1. Congratulations, that gentleman. He's actually on PlayStation. Luckily, the codes I have is for World of Tanks, so we ended up getting that code to that gentleman. I actually ended up sending it to the fella on the Xbox. Okay, so anyway, moving on. We have a lot of cover in between us and the bad guys, so we're just trying to, you know, lead some shots in here to these gentlemen. They're a little bit further out here for them to properly see us, considering our area. I do have a 24 perk crew on this tank, so we are really making use of our camo. Now, that being said, this tank does not actually have any physical camouflage. If you watched my How to Get Better at World of Tanks, obviously you can pull that up and see, you know, what the camouflage would physically do for you at wattinfo.net, the camo value calculator. Moving on. Right now, guys, you know, we're in an excellent position. We can pretty much spot everything over there. When they get too close, when they get within a few hundred meters, obviously you'd want to stop firing. This would not necessarily work when you were in a tier 10 lobby, because tier 10 tanks have, you know, significantly better spotting range. So you may want to definitely consider that. If you are in this location, a tier 10 lobby, excuse me, you may just want to hold your fire instead of, you know, constantly spraying out a stream of bullets like yours truly. Moving on. As you can see here, we've got good shots at literally everything on the board. My compadres are lighting everything up, as well as the friendly arties. So we've just got a lot of action going on over here, and I am just literally taxing everybody who crosses in front of me. And a lot of times, guys, you can do that at the lower tiers simply because, you know, their spotting distance is not necessarily where it would be if you were at a higher tier level. Now, granted, of course, AFK Panther, the Awful Panther, what have you, you know, does not have a super great spotting distance. I want to say it's 380, but still, that's decent for a tier 7. A lot of you guys are going to ask me, why is it called the AFK or the Awful Panther? This tank did not used to be a premium tank. This is actually the first time I've ever ran this tank since it became a premium tank. This was originally a tech tree tank, and it was called the AFK or Awful Panther because it was pretty awful. So now it's not so bad. It's got a very decent, you know, semi-accurate German gun, as well as the large angular Panther. Excuse me, I had a brain fart. The Panther hull. So that's kind of, you know, where we are with that. And essentially, guys, I'm just kind of remaining in the same area. Now, granted, I did make a little minor adjustment, but we're still scouting the same area. We're getting a lot of good scouting assist. And this is the type of situation where it's kind of in the range of 50-50. You know, 50% damage, 50% scouting. or assist damage, what have you. You know, we're not necessarily making super good headway into the assist. It's kind of coming at this point now. But early on, you know, we did get some good assist, but it wasn't super, you know, continuous, I guess what you're saying. And guys, sometimes you're going to be like that. Sometimes, you know, heavies are going to push the area. They're going to spot their own targets, so on and so forth. There's not a lot you can do about that. Your close range battles, you know, your city maps, there's not going to be a huge demand for scouts there, because people are going to drive to, and they're going to see bad guys at the end of the alley. They're going to fire at each other, and that's pretty much it. No gravy for anybody. But luckily, we were on a wide open map, which is kind of what you're looking for if you are wanting a good scouting map. And, you know, we just kind of making it happen. So the main thing I would preach, though, with your scouting techniques is be cautious. There's two types of scouting, excuse me. There's active and passive. What I was doing is passive. Passive is sitting in a bush, spotting stuff, so on and so forth. A lot of people think active, wow, I am sideways. A lot of people think active is YOLOing. It is not YOLOing. I had a gentleman comment a few things on my scouting in my T100 video or my Rheinmetall Panzer video, what have you, and he said he thought, you know, active scouting was just YOLOing, and it is not. You know, there is a very finite difference between the two, and, you know, perhaps I will show you one in the future with some active scouting. First game, got an ace tanker. That's kind of crazy how that ended up happening. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to look out for new scouting videos in the future, and this will also help you guys defending against said scouts. We'll see you guys next time.